All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Also, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and peace and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. All right, here's a quick epistle, man, for Akim, Akwath, coming into this persecution, just on my spirit, some brother's spirit, to hearken on it, man. So we'll get straight into this, man. I pray it be exhorting. This is Ecclesiasticus 2, and we'll start at 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So the Lord is teaching us throughout this Bible, because we do understand that all scripture was given by inspiration of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. So the Lord is teaching us, man, if we come to serve the Lord, and we do, because what we understand that salvation is right around the corner, that our rest is near. So we do want to serve the Lord. But the Lord is telling us, prepare for temptation. And the ultimate temptation is, of course, the hour of it. All right, the hour of temptation where the Lord is going to try to hold earth. People talking that they love him. And we getting ready to see via the hour of temptation and that mark of the beast, man. So we want to meditate on these things daily. Verse 2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure. So this thing isn't a swift race. It's about endurance and being in his flesh. It can seem like it's tearing, man, but we got to trust in Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. It says, and make no haste in time of trouble. And we already see the time of trouble. All right, so we're hiding ourselves in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, being that strong tower. And again, endurance, day in, day out. It says constantly endure. So we have to fight daily. We got to pray daily, fast often, be around like-minded individuals often, because obviously we're surrounded by a bunch of weirdos, a bunch of freakos, a bunch of criminals, you know, and we got to get out of here, man. Okay. But the whole point is that hour of temptation is coming. And I was meditating on that. I know, brothers, the things that we go through individually are for us. It's going to help us in the days to come if we are those chosen Israelites to do so. It also helps the body when we testify. So I was thinking about some of the things that I went through per my lot. I've been incarcerated a few times. I've never been in the chain gang, but I've definitely been in a lot of counties all throughout Georgia, Middle Tennessee. In this truth, out the truth, definitely. And those, it's pretty scary, man. I'm not finna sugarcoat it, but thinking the most fear I've ever had definitely would be my first deployment to Iraq in a special forces group. I think I just turned 18. Not going to get too deep into it, but that was the first time I felt what real fear felt like. And it did not hit me until I got in the plane, man. They took us up on a platform. It lifted up. I think the one that you use for luggage. All right, but they put us on it. And I was cool, man. Like, I got to like, I'm just, I'm just getting to that unit. And it was like, I didn't get a chance to train or nothing. They just like, oh, we're going to Iraq, and I'm starting the process of deploying. It's called pre-deployment. You gotta get shots. They gave us smallpox. Yeah, I'm walking around with a smallpox virus. Yeah, all type of interesting stuff that happens. But man, when I got on that motherfucking plane, it was rough, and I felt the fear so much so I was sitting next to an Edomite, Green Beret. And shit, man, I was trying my best to contain myself, but I was shaking like this, and I'll never forget it, bro. I'll never forget it. Like, once that damn plane door closed, all that fucking basic train, all that bullshit, that fake shit. Like, once that dude closed that door, I was in that bitch trying to contain myself because I was shaking like this. And I was still like trying to hold myself so this motherfucker next to me, wouldn't see me shaking. Ain't no telling how many people he done unalive or what deployment he on. I don't know. I'm just turning 18, and I'm not even with the people I'm supposed to be with. I think I'm on. And they got different type of flight. They got Advon, like that's the you go before your unit. So I might have been on an Advon flight then, and it just freaked me out, man. And I did a couple more times, and like I said, I've been to jail. It's The same, but not like that. And the reason why I'm bringing this out is through the Spirit, because we're coming into a time of persecution against the saints, and we got to meditate on that fear, starting with Malachi Hawashai being the ultimate teacher, and we're gonna briefly visit that. So let me get into the second precept, because it's gonna be serious, and the reason why the Spirit led to me, play versus reality. You know, the real the game time versus practice. You know what I mean? It's always different. It's always going to be harder. Yeah, we say, you know, but listen to the teacher, man. Malachi Hawashai, he was. I'll get to it, man. You know, he had to inquire, you know, to Yahweh, could that cup pass from him, you know? And if it was no other way, let the Lord, Yahweh's will be done, man. That means that, truth be told, who wants to die? Like, just keeping it real. Even though the king knew what he came to do, he still was in the flesh. We are in the flesh. We have not made it yet. We have not resisted unto blood. And I'm telling you, that was some scary shit. Because just thinking about being in a group like that, a combat unit that's known for giving it up like that. The unit I was in, it was actually their area of operation. Each special forces group has their own area of operation. The one I was just happened to be the Middle East was their AF, so they were good at it, and they was ready to get to it every time. Not playing no games, man. Ready to kick indoors 3 a.m, do psychological operations, all that. I seen it all. I don't say I seen it all, but I seen some stuff, and it's, you know, the real deal versus like practice it's intense, but the training does help. Again, I didn't even get trained before that first deployment. After I went on my second, I got trained up, and I was familiar with the whole, you know, the procedures, man, of everything, so it was much easier actually being trained. So that's good. That's why it's important to endure this chastening, man. You wonder why the 2/3, these wicked women or these wicked niggas out here seem like ain't nothing happening to them, especially the women. Okay, you'll see why. The Lord build them up to tear them down, man. He got them puffed up for a reason. Revelation 13:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience. So this thing is about patience, constantly enduring, day in, day out, fighting to the best of our ability. When we see ourselves get weak, that's why the Lord has teachers out there, prophets, to help us daily. It keeps us motivated. So we're the ones that's charged to do this will feed, and we're also getting fed on a daily basis. These things that we do on that daily basis, it helps us, man, when it comes time for the test. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. So we're keeping the word of Yahweh Shema Shai by doing those things that's pleasing unto him, keeping the law to the best of our ability. And when we mess up, we're going to confess those faults to one another, confess it to Yahweh Shema Shai, and we're going to keep it moving. Okay, it says, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. This is a period of time that the Lord is going to try the world, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So yeah, that MOTB, you're going to be tried. Are you ready to lose your house? Are you ready to be hated? You ready for your family to turn their back on you? I'm not making that up. The Lord say a man's foe should be they of his own household. So all these things we're going through practices. You may not go through that, but another brother or sister may go through that, and they'll give their testimony. I'm one of the brothers that have experienced already my parents having spirits on them and locking me the hell up. You know what I mean? Straight up. Like, you know what I mean? A lot. And it's rough, man. It's rough. And I'm beloved. Used to be beloved out here by my family. I'm not just talking about my parents. I'm their only child. My family, the rest of them, aunties and just beloved, man. Once I came into the truth, you already know what happened, man. You could just discern spirits. They're bugging out slowly but surely every day that they're not calling upon Yahweh Shema Shai. You'll just see these little signs of a bug out. You know what I mean? And you hate that, you know, we're gonna pray for our families, man. We want to make, you know, we care for our families, but we're not Yahweh Shema Shai. The Lord, once again, could be your lot for your foes to be they of your own household. We got to prepare and constantly endure. So the Lord has us hearkening on things again and again and again, getting repetitive again and again and again. Hey, these things are going to happen, and when it does, it's going to be intense. Thus saith Malachi Hawashai, when he inquired to the Father, could that cup be removed? It was intense. Okay, So let's go one more time to Luke. It's the book of Luke 21 and 19. It reads, straight to the point. And your patience possess ye your souls. So it's about patience, man. Ultimately, we got to have patience in the Lord to wait on him during those trials, during those tests, during Jacob's trouble. The first time where you're experiencing food insecurity, you don't know how you're going to eat. All right. And that's why we practice via fasting, not just to understand what it's like to be hungry and to wait on the Lord, but also first and foremost to get demons off of us. Okay. To get closer to Yahweh Shema Shah, but also the physical feeling of being hungry, and then the spiritual experience of having the Lord provide, all right, without you having to necessarily compromise yourself by stealing or something like that. You got to wait on the Lord, and that's the importance of this constant endurance thing of ours, man. All right, so let's go to Luke 22 and 44. Well, we'll start at 43. No. Start at 42. 41. All right, this is Malachi Hawashai getting ready to go through his sacrifice. Verse 41. And he was withdrawn from them about a stone's cast and kneeled down and prayed. So Malachi Hawashai is teaching us, he's getting ready to have to fulfill the Father's will. So he's supping with Yahweh. He's praying to him because it's getting real now. All right, all the he came, did the miracles, and time progressed, and then he came down to really do it. Just like but I'm saying, as a brother, like, it was scary as hell getting on that plane to Iraq. A lot of people don't really have a connection to no damn war. If they wasn't in it, or their family member wasn't in the military in it, it's a bunch of people, civilians, that have no connection. They don't know how serious it was. They don't know how many people were unalived on both sides. Especially, hell, I think we're coming on like 20 years. That was like, shit, I was in Iraq the first time in what, 07? Hell yeah, October 07. So that was like, it's coming up to that. It's quite some time, and a lot of some brothers, they don't have no connection to that Iraq shit. You know what I mean? I do. And the Lord is a man of war. And I'm not saying I'm some big bad tough guy, but I am saying I'm a brother that the Lord let experience something that was near and dear to his heart. What the Lord say, how he feel about a man of war that suffered poverty. Not good. All right, not good. And it shows you another reason why they're gonna tell Babylon the Great up here. Them veterans, oh yeah, they're gonna be pissed off when they benefits and they can't get it no more, and they already been mistreated, then gave up limbs and faces blown off, all type of stuff for this ridiculous queendom. But again, verse 42 saying, so this is Malachi Hawashai, all right, to the Father, saying, Father, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. He's in the flesh. He didn't want to die, bro. If there be some other way that the nation of Israel could be, reckoned back to him, let that be so. But the Lord says, nevertheless, not my will. So Malachi Hawashai is teaching us it's the will of the Father. He always talked about who's running things, man. Yahweh sent him. You could have no power over me unless it was given to you from above, which Yahweh is the one that will give that power. So the Lord is saying, even though I'm going to ask sincerely, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine will be done. And the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. This damn persecution, them putting their damn hands on us, is going to happen. We just gotta trust that the Lord is going to lift up that standard when they come in like a madman, sparing none. Verse 43. And there appeared an angel unto him from heaven, strengthening him. Again, things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. We're seeing prayer. First and foremost, we're seeing fear. All right, we're saying fear of reality. You know what I mean? And this is Malak, the king. Let him be the author of the truth of what it feels like to be in the flesh. He was not in his angelic state when he was getting ready to be sacrificed. He was in the flesh, subject to the same things that we feel. That's why we have so much respect, unlike them clowns out there that don't even reverence his name. We understand it now through the spirit of power, Yahweh Hashem Hawashah. Or we're understanding it now. Okay? And it says, and being in agony, he prayed more earnestly. Let's look up that word in the blue letter for agony. Okay. It says Strong's G74.
Strong's G74. Agonia.
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 Agonia. All right. It says basically struggle, anguish. So the Lord, Malaki Hawashah, in his mind, his heart, hey, he was troubled, man. He was troubled. Why? Because he knew what he had to do. What he had to do. And he did inquire right before he did inquire if he absolutely had to do it. So we ask, if Malaki Hawashah, he's being the author of all these things, Yahweh Shema Shah, that means that we have to do it. We got to go through that straight gate, and that persecution is getting ready to come. And that's a good thing for us that truly believe, that sincere, that are predestined to really have that type of faith that, oh yeah, bring it on, put your hands on us and see what's going to happen. Everybody else is really going to fear death, man. Now we're going to fear per the flesh, but ultimately, Lord willing, that's why we're training now, man. We're going to practice these procedures, and when it's time to execute, Lord willing, per his will, we do it perfectly, per his will, right? For his glory and his son's glory, Yahweh Hashem and Hawashah. Okay, again, and being in agony, he prayed more earnestly. So now he's praying even harder, even more fervent, all right? And his sweat was as it were great drops of blood falling down to the ground. So yeah, man, very, very thick coming out. Like if you was to slice yourself or something like that, or get popped or whatever, and you'll see, how blood comes out, man. That's the spirit that was on the Lord, man. Preceding his sacrifice, man. And that's something that we have to meditate on because it's going to start. Just like, I'm sure there's plenty of brothers that's been locked up, but it may be some brothers and sisters that have not been locked up ever. Maybe have not even been put in handcuffs. Shit, I was on my way to Rice Street, as they call it in Atlanta. That's Fulton County jail. It's very treacherous, man. It's very treacherous. And the Lord locked me up about 2 weeks after he woke me up through the Brothers of Great Millstone. I was on my process in Atlanta, wilding the hell out, and shit, I thought a girl was coming to my door, right? Man, I'm in the shower. And of course I hear a knock. I think it's Shawty. Man, it's 3 police officers. Boy, stop. They came and got me, and shit, like I was pretty messed up and pretty fearful, because at first they took me to the little wheat jail, and I thought it was gonna be sweet, and then they finna transfer you to Rice Street. And man, I got in that paddy wagon, man, and it was so small and cramped. I never been in one. I've been in some shit, man. This is after I was in the military and all that, obviously. So I've been through a lot of shit, man. When I tell you, again, this is like 2 weeks after me waking up via seeing the brother Kasak from Mississippi camp. Bro, I started down there hyperventilating in that damn van because it was so small, and I didn't know what Rice Street had for me. And I promise you, man, and this before I even got, like I said, I'm 2 weeks of really waking up. But I'm telling you, I felt like a spirit that was calming me down. And I believe, hey, if I'm of the Lord's hopeful elect, then I was always of the hopeful elect. Romans 8:29, predestination, so are the brothers and sisters. Man, it had to been an angel with me, comforting me, man. Cause I for real, boy, it was so cramped. Boy, out down there was like having to practice breathe. It wasn't the same like when I was on that plane, but it was still the spirit of great fear. I'm hearing all this shit by niggas in there with shanks sharpening, and when I got in there, it was that, you know. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. The whole point is just this fear is gonna come, this persecution is gonna come, and we have to listen to the shepherd. All right. Now we have other shepherds, but the ultimate shepherd is Malachi Hawashai. Listen to what he's saying, man. All right. Listen to this historical context of what he went through. All right. And being in agony, he prayed more earnestly, and sweat was as it were great drops of blood falling to the ground, man. So we have to remember that that's the fear. So if you ain't never been, that's what I'm saying. It'll start soon as they come for y'all, man, or us, Salakia. If you've never been in that situation, immediately you need to go into what we practice, every day. Remember, that's why he had pray with the Lord. Just pray, because you may not know. All right, and that's why we need to be praying now. Every day we pray to Yahweh Shai that we're worthy to escape all these things. Remember, all there's storms, tornadoes is going crazy. Out in Louisiana, they flooding. It's just going down right now, man. You got pestilence on the rise, man. You're gonna have this spirit that the Lord gonna put upon people just to bug the hell out. So we have to pray to be worthy to escape all these things. Drones, man, dogs, robot dogs, what have you. These financial dire straits that they're gonna cause. Got to pray, man. But again, once they come, however the Lord gonna have it, whether he let you run, whether they get you off the corner on the highways and byways, whether they come 3 a.m, they're coming. Thus saith Yahweh Shema Shai, and you are liable to freak out in that moment. Like, you may start to get compromised in that moment. I mean, some of you weak niggas, not my brother, I'm talking about them 2/3 day, when it happens to them, man, they may faint just from them. It's no telling how they're gonna come. But the Lord said He was gonna come in like a madman. Hey, man, they may boom, kick in the door, come like they out in Iraq or something, man, clearing buildings, man, clearing shit. Who knows? But in that time, bro, you got to immediately go into that and remember everything that we practice. The different ways that we were taught how to pray, our hands extended, window open. We could do it on our knees, and then very, very, very important in our mind. When they come for us, if the Spirit's upon you, you'll call upon the Lord out loud. If not, you'll be in your head. Okay, calling upon the Lord. This is it, Lord, and pray that it's quick, man. Per His will. If they coming, then it's time. If they have came, then good and well that Malachi Hawashai is finna be on the way, man, and that's a good thing. So we want to push that through faith. It's a hard pill to swallow. I'm saying, man, none of those things were a joke. Going to Iraq. For real, because I boast in it sometimes, man. It is what it is, but it's very scary, especially that first one, not knowing. It's the fear of the unknown, man. And we could talk about actually going to Iraq with a special forces group and what I saw, seeing the battlefield from the helicopter for the first time, and first time I'm hearing some real shooting shit. Shit, this ain't no movie, and when this persecution comes, this ain't gonna be no movie, man. Well, it's the Lord's movie, but it's gonna be very real for each and every one of us. Just the spirit on Esau Edom, okay? If there be some foreign troops over here, just the spirit on them, just looking at them and seeing the spirit of just hate. Just seeing the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah of prophecy on these people. Oh shit, they're really like madmen, bugging the hell out, not sparing nothing. We talk about you women being ravished. Yeah, all that's gonna happen. Y'all are so wicked. I'm not sure if that'll be much of a judgment for some of you women. You're so wicked, you may like that. which is why we gotta get out of here. All right, Luke 21:26. Well, let's start at 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth distress of nations. So we see those signs, man, and every time, even the new moons, blood moons, they come. We see chariots in the sky, man. All these are signs that we're at the end. All right, and upon the earth distress of nations. So this whole earth is going to be distressed with perplexity, wondering. All right, even especially here in Mystery Babylon the Great, this great land of confusion. I think Babel means confusion, right? People are perplexed now. They're just it ain't in this they're not in their humility, so they're perplexed, but they're just being wicked. right? They're perplexed, so they're doing TikTok dances while the earth on fire. You know what I'm saying? They're perplexed, but we'll see the full perplexity here pretty soon when they're bugging out, asking for answers, looking for the prophets. When the Lord then brought that famine of the word, and who knows how that famine of the word can come, my brother. The Lord can make the famine of the word happen because we've gotten locked up. It don't have to be a blackout. It don't have to be, the Lord put a spirit on the apostle to say this is it. They could just get everybody, and that be the prophets gone. And then, they do the media blackout. So we got to prepare, man, because we do want this, man. We want this, right? We want this. We want what the Lord promised us. We need peace and salvation. So we got to go through that straight gate. And that straight gate is being hated for the name Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. The seeing the way is wrong. And here's the point. Verse 26, Luke 21:26. Men's hearts failing them for fear. Did I get that in the blue letter? Yeah, let's see. Hearts failing them, it says. This is G674.
Strong's G674. Apopsicle.
Apopsicle. Sound like popsicle. And it says to breathe out, faint, hearts failing. So going back, it says men's heart failing them. All right, so that's going into a heart attack, bro. You'll be so scared from the things that you see coming upon the earth that you wasn't prepared for you 2/3 men out there that didn't come in the fear of the Lord. Your heart's gonna fail you. Why? For fear. And looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken, man. Especially when those missiles are shot, but just during Jacob's trouble period, all the things that we're going to see, these floods, they're bringing alligators out. They always do. The Lord said he was going to use beasts to tear, so it ain't just going to be alligators, bears. There's more and more cases of bears just coming out of their places, and they're good at just opening up doors, car doors. I've seen it, watch the videos, man. They just open up your door, and that's from the Lord. Now, if we serve Yahweh Shema Shah, the Lord say that those beasts of the field should be at peace with us. That's why we gotta pray, do right, make sure to the best of our ability that our righteousness outweighs our transgressions. And how do we do that? Praying, doing the work. If that's what, and it ain't just the work of a prophet. If we have work that we do specifically as prophets, but if you are a part of the body, male, female, and you're not an actual prophet per se, you still have work that you can do for the body. I'm not finna go into that, but everybody should be working, praying, fasting, eating and feeding. Yeah, constantly eating, man. If you're not a prophet, you should be eating. That's good, man. Eat. It's out there for you to eat and get strengthened up. Especially more so for you ones that's not teaching, because and we pray, but if y'all are just listening, then y'all are gonna have to show and prove too. They're gonna come for y'all too, not just the ones you see out here, talking. They're gonna come for you believers too. So you got to meditate on these things, man, because it's going to get serious, and that fear will be placed upon us. If the Lord let his only begotten son have that fear, for that moment, and he had to ask, could that cup be removed? How much more us? The Lord is actually going to put a spirit so he could test us, man. And we have the victory, but as far as that carnal, we're going to have to overcome it. We're going to be tempted. You know what I mean? You're going to see, you know what I mean? And I'm telling, you're going to see people take that MOTB and eat again. All right? And you got to remember everything that we were taught up until that point. All right? So let's go to the book of Matthew. This is Matthew 5 and verse 11. Blessed, so we want to be blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you. So that's coming, man. They're going to say all type of things, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. So look at the organization that is Great Millstone, starting with the apostles and elders and the brothers that adhere to the doctrine. That's happening on a low level, that they're saying all manner of evil against the true prophet. Everybody, even like all the Hebrew Israelites, man, that ain't adhering to the truth, which we do believe, Great Millstone, The Lord is dealing with that. They're saying all type of stuff. Do we need to get specific in the accusations and the bearing false witness, the lies that have been said about the true prophets of Yahweh Bahashem Mahawashi? That means, Lord willing, if those are the men and we follow these men and we're those men and women, it says, blessed are we. All right. So blessed are ye when men shall revile you. They hate us and persecute you. So that persecution is coming as well, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake, man. So that's the whole point. Blessed when his persecution comes. Blessed to the people that didn't change the doctrine to fit their emotion like everybody else. They don't want to deal with the persecution because it wasn't meant for them to go through it and have the victory in Yahweh Shema Hawashah. They know in their spirit who they are, just like we truly know in our spirit. We feel that we're of the hopeful elect, so we put on as such. We teach the entire truth, unlike everybody else. It's a lot of Israelite, a lot of groups, a lot of, and they got these half truth whole lies, man, and it ain't gonna be enough. Let's go to the book of Revelation 20:4. Check out this vision that our brother saw concerning us. And I saw thrones, literal, but also what it represents: dominion, rank, order, power, glory. So our brother is seeing all that. And they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai and for the word of power, and which had not worshipped the beast. So our brother is telling us he's seeing the saints beheaded for the truth. And which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. That whole point is the beheading part. It's coming. The Lord is not a man that he shall lie. And they could, unalive us in many ways. That, through research, it seems to be the beheading is one of the most, for lack of better words, efficient way or humane way to unalive a person. So Lord willing, it is what it is, however they want to do it, because we hear the rumors of a firing squad. So who knows the test, but we have to meditate on that, and we need to do it now. We need to be willing in our mind now. That's why it said, remember, prepare thy soul for temptation. Prepare now. Meditate on being unalive for Yahweh Shema Shai. And Lord willing, the Lord lift up that standard, and they might not get a chance to go all the way with it. Maybe the Lord just want to test us and see where we willing to be unalive. And in that millisecond before that guillotine goes, or in the process of that projectile being shot out of that weapon, Yahweh Shema Shai comes in with the Mawapathium, the miracles, man, upon his hopeful elect, and they just go down from there, and it just gets absolutely crazier and crazier from there, and all this spiritual power, because you got to meditate. We think about that as time progresses, how exactly, and not to try to put our minds, but we sincerely think about these things. The whole prophecy of Isaiah 4:1. How in the hell is the Lord gonna do this? I'm just thinking, man, we probably gonna have to get persecuted first, then then we're gonna get out of there. I be just thinking though. I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but I'm like, oh man, because the persecution has to happen, even though that prophecy is there for the 7 women. But when does it, when does it happen? At some point, they got to get us. We got to be tried. So they're gonna come and get us, man. That's the whole spirit that's upon me to say this, man. They're coming, and we got to meditate on that and trust in Yahweh Shema Shai. Remember everything that we learned from our from our King Malak Yahweh Shai. His disciples turned apostles. They was all martyr for the name Yahweh Bahashem and Hawashar. Except what John tried to boil our brother, put him on the island of Patmos. You know what I mean? And he received this revelation, seeing us go through the same things in these last days. Perilous times shall come, man. So we meditate on this, man. Let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras. Chapter 15 and verse 5. And it reads, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. And we hear more plagues coming, man. A war is a plague in itself, man. Disease, man. All right. The sword, that's war, division. The Lord said he came to set man at variance against one another. A father against his son, mother against the daughter. And we see that if we're upon our watchtower by utilizing these devices, the internet, our eyes, our ears, to see the state of people. That's the real point of having the internet and these phones. The people have been so dumb enough from the Lord pouring his spirit out upon them to show us their lives. They show us when they fight. They show us what's going on inside their house so we can see the state of the people. And it seems they're in silly mode, especially our women with all the dancing. This dancing stuff is insane. That, bro, there's a, what that girl name? Shanae from Martin. Y'all remember Martin dressing up like that woman? Shanae. Hey, our people got a damn Shanae just snapping. I don't know what type of weird I don't know what the hell it is, man. They just, I mean, if they gonna, I always say, Jake, if you gonna dance, man. You use that salt. But it's like y'all just weird. I'm talking about their facial expressions, bro. They just got these weird ass bucked out, just, I don't know, bucked out silly demon. Like when they dance, it's just so silly. If they gonna dance, at least, do it with some type of dignity. Like be Jake. But what's up with the weird ass faces that they make? I always say that they trying to play it off and try to act like they being Jake, and they're intentionally. Nah, I feel through the spirit when they go like just like when a woman go and all that shit. You for real, Eve. That's a demon on you, speaking through you, making you do that. You know what I mean? It's this silly ass tongue out demon. It's a demon on you, and we can see it via the discernment. Y'all trying to be cute and try to jake it out. Oh, now I'm just playing, trying to be silly. Nah, you for real. Nah, you really bugging out. You really got demons on you, and it's manifesting. And how much more so during the height of Jacob's trouble, so much so they'll commit cannibalism. Thus saith the scriptures, man. They're gonna eat, you know what I mean? They're gonna try to eat their dog for lack of bread. Talking about you women out there, man. Them same dogs that y'all claim to love so much. Ugh. Oh my gosh. It says famine. So it's a famine of the word is coming. Also famine of adequate nutrition or the access to it. Death. So it's gonna happen in a plethora of ways, man. And destruction, and the ultimate destruction, the nuclear missiles shot here in Mystery Babylon the Great for judgment. Yep, that's why. For wickedness hath, verse 6, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And this place, Mystery Babylon the Great, this great place of confusion where the women don't know how to conduct themselves properly because the men don't. They're bugged out wearing sequence jeans now. They're getting, you know what I mean? First it was skinny and it was effeminate, and now they ballooned it out wearing big shit, but it's still effeminate. They never got it right. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Yes, so the philosophies, the doctrines of Babylon the Great, and especially their whole mentality of steal land, steal money, resources, is going to cause the other nations to see that through the spirit of Paviyah Bashem Al-Shah, and they're going to attack this place. Verse 7, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. And how's the Lord not holding his tongue no more? Via the prophets, man. Alright, via the hopeful elect, calling it out. And not just the Lord's hopeful elect, but there's remnants of decency being spoken sometimes. Like you got men that have these podcasts, a lot of clowns out there, but at least they're coming in the spirit of saying, you know what, we're tired of you wicked women in this adulterous whoredom spirit. They're calling it out, so that's good, man. It's better than them like saying that it's okay. But the Lord is not holding And that's not good for you, Eve. So when the 2/3 niggas, all right, are starting to say y'all are out of order, that means your judgment's coming, Eve. Because of course, Yahweh Shema Shah put the spirit upon us to call it out daily. But when the world starts to see, you girls in Texas, remember the Texas rodeo, the whole world saying, "Oh man, what they doing out there? There's children out here. This is a family event. Y'all showed up butt naked. Come on, it's a time and place for everything." Eve think it's all day, every day to be butt naked. Only time that's appropriate is in the privacy of your dwelling place, really with your husband or by yourself. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness which they profanely commit, and they do it boldly, especially the women. They boast in their wickedness, they boast in their whoredoms, their body count, their adultery, their scamming. Get that Goyard back. It's bugging me out. That Goyard song is bugging me out. They keep playing it everywhere when I'm just scrolling on YouTube. I'm seeing the stupid TikTok dances, Goyard back. Oh man, and the name, what is that bitch talking about? Stealing, scamming. That's just a Jake word for stealing. What the Lord say? Thou shalt not do that, right? Oh, okay. So you're putting that vibration, that spirit upon all these women to steal. They call it scamming. That's that Jake shit, trying to hide wickedness and salt using these words. Just like ops, right? Ops, the whole ops of smoking on the unalived, man. That's Jake, using that salt for wickedness, man. Now you got white boys all across the earth talking about op this, op that. I got ops this. No one, nobody saying nothing about no damn ops until them Chicago boys saying, look how we follow each other. And wickedness, stupid. Jake ain't even got enough swagger no more, enough salt to come up with his own damn lingo. Op this, op that. Then you got women talking about the ops, the ops, the ops. What ops you got, Eve? Like, manifest it. You definitely got some enemies and you finna see pretty soon. But you not out here. One thing I got to say about my wicked brothers, and I don't care how nobody feel about it, especially a so-called white man. I'm just speaking truth. They're wicked as hell, yes, but I got to give it to the Jakes out there that are doing the stuff like that, man, back and forth. They're warriors. We're tribal people, right? We're the Hebrew Israelites. We started this war stuff. If you didn't know, check out the book of Joshua. You know what I mean? We started this, really. But they're warriors, man. It's just that they're warring in wickedness. They're warring in the name of idolatry and vanity, man. That's one thing Esau Edom don't really understand. He sees us from afar and how he thinks we are, but it's more to being a so-called black and brown person than what everybody see. We live it. Like they try to mimic us, Esau, how we dress, how we talk, but they could never be us because we're so much more than that. This is a spiritual thing. There's just something in us that they can't mimic, man. But yeah, our young men, they're warriors, man. They're just not doing it for y'all by Shema Shah. They're out there conducting operations 3 in the morning, all right? And they're getting shit done through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. A lot of you Edomites out there, you low-level Edomites, y'all are not talking about nothing. Y'all have been in those shootouts. And half of you motherfuckers don't even go to the range or hunt no more. Y'all not coming in that. Yeah, some of y'all do. But the average, regular, especially you Edomites that live, them country boys, sure. That live in the rural area, sure. You city boy Edomites that was just at the Knicks game, y'all not hunting shit. Y'all ain't shooting out. Yeah, don't they have strict gun law? I said that, and that place got shot up. I say it got shot up, but they had a shooting out there at that Knicks parade the other day. I just saw that. But yeah, I said all that to say that's the spirit on Esau Edom, especially the low level Edomites that point their finger at us and hate us for absolutely really no reason. We ain't even did nothing to y'all. Y'all just hate us because y'all ain't us. Because look at us, we still at the bottom really if you open your eyes. So what's up with all this race war talk? You know what I mean? All this naive, all you black people shoot like this. I've seen probably thousands of surveillance footage, especially since I've been in the truth. And ain't nobody, not one time did I see a Jake shoot sideways, white girl. Some white lady had said that, oh, y'all shoot like this. Like, that's some shit that you saw in the 90s movies. Some movie from the motherfucking 90s. Shooting like this. Alright. What shootout have you been in to be threatening the so-called black and brown people? Same thing with them Northern Kingdom. Them fools is crazy. They, if not, they probably crazier than Jake them, like the Southern Kingdom, man. Them essays that's bugged out on that gang stuff. Yeah, especially the ones in like outside of Babylon the Great. They even more crazy than than the Northern Kingdom Jake in California and in Chicago. So I said all that to say Esau Edom is very naive. The low level Edomites, they don't think they're going to take many casualties during this time of great tribulation. We as the prophets beg to differ. We're not saying that our people not going to be troubled. It is their trouble. Okay, they're going to be troubled. But do not think that all you other freaking nations, Moab, Ammon, and talking crap too, y'all are going to catch it, because my people, again, it's deeper than us just putting on clothes and acting a fool. It's the reason why this is something real deep in us. Y'all don't know nothing about the curses that we actually live through. Y'all saw us living these curses, but y'all have no connection to it other than watching us, thinking that you know us. Oh no, it's very different when you're living it. That's why we see you Edomites out there bugging out from a couple of I can't pay my bills. Boy, you know how many Israelites I saw so-called white lady, she was complaining, and at the end she was like, oh, my account, if I $40 more, then my account's gonna be in the negative. Boy, girl, do you know how many Israelites go into the negative on their account every month, like for forever since they've been an adult? Yeah. Y'all are just now feeling these curses. Y'all are just now feeling the crunch. So how dare you threaten us with a race war, knowing that you're not built for the conditions of the battle? Only thing you're screaming is vanity. Oh, those are those you messed up when you gave our people the sword. Y'all gonna have to take it, and they may come with draconian like measures to take away people's sword. Who knows? But the whole point, you Edomites out there are very prideful. You 2/3 are very prideful as well, man. But it's gonna be a mess. That's pretty much the point. It's gonna be casualties on both sides. So us as a hopeful elect, we see this. Oh, it's gonna be danger here. Oh, it's gonna be danger on this side as well. Let's just go through that straight gate and get the hell out the way. We're going to pray to Yahweh Shema Hawashah, call upon Yahweh Shema Hawashah, and just sidestep right on out the way and watch them unalive each other. You know, and give thanks to Yahweh Shema Hawashah in the midst of it, man, because one thing about this judgment, danger close. They say that in the military in relation to like artillery. Danger close, danger close. These judgments are going to get close, just like these tornadoes, man. Hey, eventually the Lord is going to have to, he might have to judge, you know, the person that lived next door to you or what have you. It's going to get danger close. So we got to trust in Yahweh Shema Shah that we got that hedge of protection, man. All right around us, because it's going to be people being judged right around us. It may, you know, like I'm saying, literal projectiles flying and we don't get hit, but the person that it was intended to gets hit. Call all Yahweh Shema Shah. But in order for us to have that type of faith, that type of dealing that the Lord is going to have upon us, it starts now, right? Repentance, man. Putting off that old man. All right, let's go down to verse 14. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 14. Woe, which means destruction to the world and them that dwell in. So destruction is coming to all of y'all that's still a part of that world. Remember, right now, we're coming out of the world spiritually, man. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. So it's coming very fast. And one people shall stand up and fight against another. Hey, that's them race wars, and it's also the world wars, man. All right, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. That's in Matthew 24th chapter. And swords in their hands. So, hey, we hear it about the race war coming, man. There's something big that's going out, and the Lord is pouring his spirit out upon all flesh. Different incidents are coming. And eventually the Lord is going to let his word come to pass. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. And we see that now. Look at how they treat Trump, booing him everywhere he goes. People are always cussing him out. Look at what happened with that Edomite. And this is supposed to be like damn near, I mean, it was at the White House, so it's a presidential event, that UFC fight, and the Edomite came up there talking about Michelle. She did a response, her and Obama, and you know, I do believe Obama is a Hamite, possibly. But the whole world saw the class that them so-called black people, Obama and his wife, carried themselves, man. And yeah, they on him. Like, why would he do that? Are you obsessed with the so-called black people? You're not going to talk about fighting your family. You got up there and what was on your mind was to say, oh, say, oh, girl look like a man, or whatever, she's a man. I don't know. But it just shows you how obsessed that they are. It was so corny. We don't give a damn about neither one of those two, to be honest with you. But it's like, why do you, white boy? Why do you? Why is a black woman on your mind and coming out your mouth? If you hate her so much, I wouldn't even give you the time of day for real, other than to tell you your judgment's coming. Yep, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. In verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, and that can happen for many reasons. A storm can come, and it could cause you literally not to be able to drive to a location. The Lord could put the spirit upon these people to do the whole martial law curfew. Hell, they're doing it with the teenagers because they're going buck wild. They got curfews for them as they need because they're buck wild. But this is prophetic, is the whole point. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why? For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. So it's going to be trouble in city to city. The houses shall be destroyed. They're going to set ablaze to these houses. They're going to break in. It's just going to be chaos, man. All right, bullet holes flying through the houses, man. And men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. And again, these are things that we have to meditate on. I say we have to because the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. We're going to see this spirit. Maybe we may not deal with every aspect of Jacob's trouble, but best believe the Lord is going to bring it to you if you want his, and he's going to expect a stellar performance. All right, and if we give that stellar performance, we should be praying to give that stellar performance. Yahweh Shema Shah is going to be with us, man. He's going to protect us. He's going to give a spiritual power, and ultimately he's going to give us Malak Yahweh Shah to come save us. Our people say they don't need a savior, so they have their reward. Their own vain mind is their reward. Whatever you think salvation is, whatever you think is gonna happen, you 2/3, hey, you got it. We just gonna do, and let's see. We're gonna do what we say. Y'all do what y'all do, and let's see. Scripture speak about us having a more sure word of prophecy. The things that we're saying seem to be coming to pass more than what y'all saying. It don't seem to be a time of peace. Do say it was peace and safety, then sudden destruction came. They say, I don't think it was Israel, but it's still shit bombing back and forth. It's really exhausting listening to the rhetoric. I wish they would just shut up or just pop stuff off. They're losing they're losing that seriousness spit, and it's been gone, man. It's so silly. Babylon the Great looks so silly, and that's what I was saying about Obama and old girl. They did carry themselves with class and dignity, and it looked so good. It was a good look for us coming out of what that white boy said, and what these white boys have been doing, and all the stuff that's coming out with these white people, so-called, all this stuff with the Epstein files and the island over there, and all this stuff that the so-called priests is being revealed, that y'all are wicked, y'all are playing around, and how dare even our own people bear false witness against us for the same thing that these people are actually doing. And the Lord himself, Yahweh Shema Shah, is exposing that. There's what the dude Polite, he was talking that shit, and he was actually guilty of the things that he was accusing the brothers of Great Millstone of participating in. You see, sure word of prophecy, line these things up. Remember about the ball caps, it's a telltale sign that it's a direct, blatant sign of disrespect that you're probably a false prophet if you can't even remove a damn ball cap just for the moment of you doing your epistle or what have you, or praying or prophesying specifically. Means probably a false prophet, because the Holy Spirit wouldn't lead an individual to do that. When we make mistakes in the flesh, but ultimately I do believe that when we're speaking through the Spirit, it's perfect. even if it don't come out perfectly. You know what I mean? If it's the will of the Lord, it's going to be done a certain way. And I guarantee you, and brothers have done that. It's been times that brothers have maybe started praying, prophesying, doing epistles, and the spirit will lead them to, oh yeah, I gotta take this off. No worries, man. Hey, the Lord have mercy on you. You know what I mean? Boom, oh, boom, there it is. The Holy Spirit dealing with you, man. It showed you that you had something on your head as a man. You take it off. Simple fix. You got dudes claiming themselves to be men of the Lord that'll buck up against it, man. So we don't want to be like them. Let's go, cause it ain't gonna go well for them. Book of Proverbs, man. Proverbs. Mm, let's go to 13 and 18. Poverty and shame shall be to him that refuseth instruction. So that's 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Y'all are refusing to take heed to the warning, man. So therefore, it's gonna cause you to be in poverty and shame. So great shame is coming to you, wicked women out there that want to be puffed up. All right, shall be to them that refuse instruction, but he that regardeth reproof shall be honored, man. And that don't sound too appeasing if you don't meditate on it. Oh yeah, what's that mean, honor? Okay, you'll see what that honor is when you see those bodies and you see how fine we are, right? And you see how strong we are, and you see the functionality of the bodies. And I'm just talking about the bodies alone. Never mind the dominion that the Lord is going to give each and every brother per his order, per the rank. Not to mention the substance that we're gonna have. All right, the things that we're gonna get to see. The 144,000. The rest of the elect. But the 144,000. Let me start there. They're gonna be able to see and do things that the 1/3 won't be able to. It is what it is. All right, the 1/3. All right, that remnant that took heed to the 144,000, starting with Malak Yahushua, Yahweh Shema Yahushua. They're gonna be able to have things that the 2/3 when they're reborn in the kingdom are not gonna be able to do, even within the kingdom. Scripture speak about everlasting shame, just having a sound mind in the kingdom. Can you believe that? The Lord is not a man that he should lie. Everlasting shame is what it means, dude. You Israelites that were predestined not to, the Lord is going to show you. It is what it is. To be honest, Akim, we know this in the spirit of humility. If we make it and we are that, boy, we just got lucky, didn't we? If that was picking straw, pulling straw, you know what I mean? It was like, we got lucky. You know what I mean? We got lucky to be, chosen. And it is what it is. We're going to put on as a hopeful elect. And guess what? It ain't nothing to be puffed up about, because it's we use the word suck in the army. This sucks sometimes, man. Like going through the chastening day in, day out, taking a load day in, day out. But we understand that there's a reward for that, man, if we endure. So we're going to keep on doing it, even though it sucks, even though it hurts, man. Like fasting, it hurts to fast, man. If you already slim like I was, and then you lose even more weight, the world going to look at you like you on crack or something. Have no idea how swole you used to be when you was out there kicking ass for Esau, Edom. And then, the Lord deal with you, and you go on all these fasts, and the world don't see it as such. Does the world even consider with their vain ass when they see a brother? Oh, they just say, oh yeah, he's skinny. Do you even consider what let you tell it, you a servant of the Lord, right? Do you even consider that brother fast often for Yahweh Shema Shah like your wicked pig eating ass ought to be? Yeah. But it shows you the hypocrisy of our people, right? Just a bunch of hypocrites. And the scriptures speak about that. They're silent, a bunch of hypocrites. They're stiff-necked, man. And the Lord it's just done. This shit's just corny, first and foremost. It's corny. It's old. It done got played out. And it's really treacherous to us, man. We're really, Lord willing, moving with the spirit that the Lord put upon us. And we're seeing these things, and we're vexed every single day. From the time we get up, and we just trying to look for stuff through the spirit to speak on or what have you, or listen. And then you just see our people, which also a lot of the times leads us to doing these epistles, just scrolling through, just looking to be fed or something, and then we'll just see the debauchery of our people, and the spirit leads us to speak on it. It's getting old though, man. So Lord willing, we pray to Yahweh Shema Shah for a few days left here so we can get out of here, man. Let's go to the book of 1 Timothy. 1 Timothy 4 and 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times, these are the latter times, the last days, some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. That's 2/3 of the nation of Israel that haven't come up out of that. All of its doctrines of devil. If it ain't Yahweh, Bahashim, and Hawashai, we don't care what you talking about. Speaking lies and hypocrisy is just speaking about that. It's Spirit having their conscience seared with a hot iron. So the people that's still caught up in Christianity, that so-called old and elders, man, up in age, they got their conscience seared with a hot iron. They ain't coming out of it, man. They committed to their pride of saying, I'm right, I was right all these years. My grandmama taught me this, Okay. Forbidden to marry and commanded to abstain from each which power have created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know not the truth. The whole point being that having their conscience seared with a hot iron. We don't want to be like that. We want to be, is the word malleable? Is that right? Like to want to be like water. Whatever Bruce Lee had said, that we got to be like water. We got to be able to conform to the will of Yahweh Shema Shah per this flesh, because the Lord, as soon as we come into this truth, it's a process of purging out that old man, purging out that sin, that leaven, which had us in bad standing with Yahweh Bahashim Hawashai. But through that process, remember when we started that Malak Hawashai, that his teaching, his word, ultimately his sacrifice, dying for the sins of Lord willing us, now we understand it. And we want to, finish the mission, because there is a great reward, man. We do it out of respect, man, for the Lord, for having us here. Even though it sucks sometimes, even just having this experience, living through it with hope, is enough to call upon Yahweh Shema Shah, say the Wadi Yahweh Shema Shah. And of course, if you have that, you probably want to put on as a hopeful elect. If you receive this word, put on as a hopeful elect. Put off that old man. Stop eating them abominable things, man. Stop calling upon that idol. Do your due diligence, man, and study. And it ain't just necessarily the Bible, like that's history, right? Filter history. It's out there for you, and then line it up and pray that the Lord reveal these things that we're speaking unto you, so it'll be truth unto you. All right, but I mean that's pretty much the point. I'll leave it out at Matthew 6:2. Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound the trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, and they may have glory of men. Verily, I say unto you, they have their reward. So yes, man, just being in the spirit of a boasting, wicked nigga and anything, man. All right, the spirit of boasting and pride. I say unto you, all y'all have y'all reward if you not seeking the Lord. What are you waiting for? I mentioned that before. Our people say they don't need a savior. They also say that nobody's coming to save our so-called black and brown behinds. We got to save ourselves. We got to pull ourselves up by our bootstrap and get ourselves up out of this situation. We got to get together and go down to Congress and pass legislations on behalf of the black and brown people. Let's see how it has that ever worked out for us, man. Or did it just make us even more prideful and vain as they gave us these gifts, man? Jobs, these benefits. Now people are completely against the Lord. They don't fear him because they don't need him. But it's going to come a time where the Lord is going to strip all these things. He's going to strip away your comforts. And he's going to give you two options. We already know through wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that decision has already been made for us. All we got to do is step out there via that faith. But you're going to have two options when the Lord take away that substance. Either you're going to worship him on the right-hand side and trust in him and what he's able and willing to do on behalf of his own glory, or you're going to take that mark of the beast. And the Lord commanded us not to take that mark of the beast, a grievous sword. Lord speaking parabolically, man. That grievous sword, man, that thing might blow up. Like seriously, it may blow up, and you ain't no telling, man. But you definitely are going to feel the wrath of Yahweh Shema Shai if you do not keep your faith towards him. That's the ultimate test, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Until next time, Shalom.